Hello, I'm Steve Coombs, and over the next few minutes I'll be providing you an introduction to a new technology that we have codenamed the Tracer. It's designed to provide an easy to use, highly scalable decision-making platform for enterprise change. Our background has been around producing integrations between different tools within different market sectors, and this experience has culminated in the Tracer. First, we should look at the driver and requirements behind the creation of the Tracer tool. We wanted to provide a method for integrated systems to coexist without the risk, delay, management and lag of converting and replicating the data. We wanted the management of change to be a seamless exercise, a task that just happens and tells you when change is detected, rather than you having to ask to see what's different. To extend far outside of a single tool-to-tool approach, and to create a central ecosystem for programs to integrate and provide coverage and impact analysis across them all. To become highly cost effective and deliver rapid returns on your investment. To make the Tracer provide cost and productivity improvements when just two tools are integrated, but to increase this dramatically when 4 or 6 or 10 different sets of data are included. Of course, all managed separately, but having key relationships between each other, and all of them now visible within a single application. To extend the usage of your preferred tools, and to integrate the Tracer screens into your standard deployed tools so that each user can see the information they need when they need it. And to provide security views against the data so that only specific users can see specific linked data that they're allowed to. And to enable the stored data to be moved, deleted, reinstated without damaging any of the core information, and remove the worries around data becoming out of sync with each other that a traditional replication model can often do. So how does it actually work? Well, to meet these tough requirements, we first had to design a flexible and strong architecture. This needed to be able to provide the scalability you need, but also flexible enough to have specific customer needs built into it. So let's have a look at the general architecture. The first thing you can see is the main Tracer repository. This area collects and stores all of the links and dependencies between all of the tools. We can establish a set of connectors into the tools that you will need to integrate. For example, you can see that we wish to connect to a Doors instance and a TCSE instance, and we could also add other connectors as well if necessary, tools such as Rhapsody or Katia and so on. Each of these connectors will create their own database cache that will start to work as a service. As soon as you've started this, the cache will start to collect information around the application that it's connected to. For example, allowing the hierarchy structure, attachments, existing relationships and images to be stored and searched upon. Now that each cache has collected the information, you can start to create relationships between them all, either using the dedicated Tracer application or by using the viewer screen that can be started from within your core applications. The management of change is a continuation of this process. Each service can be set to continuously run so that change can be identified and flagged very quickly, or you can set specific points to run the management of change. You can see that each Tracer viewer screen can be started from within each of the applications. From here you'll be able to view dependencies, create new links and see if any of the up and downstream links have changed. So that is how the core connection operates. It's a very simple and powerful approach. So why have we chosen this route rather than a more traditional method of replicating data? Well, most organisations we had worked with simply wanted traceability between objects. It just so happened the replication was the immediately obvious process to do this, but not necessarily the best one. But if you remove replication, you have far more scope to extend a product set. The scalability is immediately improved for several reasons. Because there is no specific source and target tool concept, you remove the very regimented approach to integrating data. There is no longer a need for each stage of the process to happen in turn, such as data extraction, conversion, upload and import. And by removing this, you can really increase the performance and scalability of the integration. Because the architecture is a database driven architecture, you can remove the need for dedicated high-spec machines to be available simply for an integration. The load is spread over several servers or machines, and even then there is a small need for local resources at each instance. The integration can also happen simultaneously. Before, the process was very regimented, but now you can grab data from multiple sources at the same time, increasing the speed even more. So we've now seen how the data can be got at. Now we should look at how the end user can use that data. First of all, you can work from within the main Tracer tool. So within the main application, you can see on the right hand side the connectors that are working. So we're connected to doors and a TCSE instance, and the more instances and products we needed, we can add them into this list. On the left hand side, you can see your hierarchies, your doors hierarchy and also your TCSE hierarchy, and these are dockable windows, you can move them all around. If we look at one of the TCSE building blocks, we can see that there is some relationships that already exist, and the Tracer has been able to pull them out of TCSE, and you can see that this building block is linked to these requirements and objects, manufacturing requirements and also data dictionaries. What we can do now, we can link this further through to our doors items, and it's a very simple way of doing, just a drag and drop or a right mouse click, and we can link the data together. This doesn't just provide a one-to-one link, this provides a full traceability link. So we can see that although my building block is attached to this doors object, you can see that the objects that's also attached to. So you can really get a good idea on the full impact should change happen, both upstream and downstream. You can see all the details of these objects as well, and you'll be able to search and report on specific attributes or property values. However, you can also view the linkage in each individual tool. So if we now look at the same object but from within TCSE, we can select the building block and then start our dependency viewer. Now this window will be able to display all of the objects are linked to this building block. You can see objects that have got end and start links to this object, so you can see the full impact of this. You can also see attributes that are related with each of these objects, and you can filter out information such as those that aren't on a certain risk or priority and so on. But you can create additional links from this window. For example, if we navigate down our doors hierarchy and choose some elements that we wish to bring into this, we can create a new link from this building block object by starting a link and attaching it to our doors object. So although we've just created an individual link here, we can see that this fits into the whole picture, and we can start to see that there is more impact against this object. Again, you can see all of the details and attributes should you wish to. And you can see full details of the entire links, both upstream and downstream, across many different environments. So what is next with the Tracer, and when will it be ready? Well, at the moment it's very close to being available in beta format. We do need to enhance the functionality to provide the information and usability that you need. The product will then undergo a full phase of performance and scalability optimization, working with industry specialists to deliver. And the quality of the delivered solution is paramount. A strong phase of product testing at several levels is being undertaken, and a structured process will be adhered to for all future releases. Close adherence and understanding of customer use cases will be factored into our delivery and quality life cycles. And finally, the delivery and deployment process, working with key customers on how best to ensure a good fit between technical deployment and user participation. Well, thank you for your time and welcome to the Tracer.